The story begins by showing a superstar named Chris Cole who was famous all over the world because of his superhero role. And his fan following is so tremendous that from social media to news channels, only his discussions are going on everywhere. And Zara is actually Chris's secretary and has to reach the location Chris told her quickly. Here Chris is on a lunch date with his girlfriend Ashley and he tries to explain to her that both of us should think and make a big decision. Meanwhile, the waiter comes to take the order. So Chris quickly messages Zara to reach here quickly. Actually, Zara has a gift that Chris needs immediately. So she reaches there with great difficulty and somehow gives him the gift. After this, Chris tells Ashley that I am going to be very busy for my upcoming film, so breaking up might be a better option for us. Then he shows her that gift, which is a pair of diamond earrings. So, Ashley also, even while wanting it, she agrees to end this relationship and leaves with a gift. After this, we see Chris and Zara in the car, where Chris was very happy to get rid of his girlfriend. But then he starts yelling at Zara that where did you die? Do you even have any idea how much trouble I was in? My life had come to a halt. I feel like firing you from the job right now. Actually, Zara is not particularly happy with this job either, but she knows that Chris often talks like this. And here from their conversation we come to know that Chris is worried about the story of his upcoming film. So he assigns Zara the task of coming home the next day at 8 a.m. with a good writer so that the story can be rewritten and made better. Also he asks to bring back the gifts given to Ashley. But Zara starts to refuse this work. She feels that asking something back after giving it to someone is a very inferior act. After this, we meet Zara's mom and grandmother whose names are Brooke and Layla. Brooke has been a successful writer. And she tells Layla, nowadays, I don't like anything I've written. I had stopped writing for many days, so maybe this is happening. And since Zara's dad passed away, everything has scattered. On this, Layla encourages her that you write very well. I have read some pages written by you recently, they are very beautiful. You are very brave, and despite the ups and downs of life, you became a successful writer and also a good mother. And talking about writing, if you want, you can write your story too. I think this is also a great story. After this, Zara is shown returning home and she goes to her mom and asks her, Mom, how old were you when your first book was published? So she replies, she was 30 years old. But why are you asking this suddenly? So Zara says, I don't know. But it seems that I might not be able to do anything special like you. I am doing a job, but it seems that Chris sometimes forgets that I am his secretary or something else. Mom explains to her, if this is the case, then you should tell him openly what you want. Then, Zara is in her bedroom, then Chris calls and asks her to go to the supermarket. So Zara goes there reluctantly and buys all the things that Chris told her to buy. Then she meets her friend Stella who is a writer. Zara, to rewrite the story of Chris's film, says to do it. But Stella says that I probably won't be able to rewrite the story of superhero movies. And to be honest, I haven't written in a long time, but I can try it once. After this, when Zara reaches Chris's house, she finds out that the main gate's password has been changed. So she immediately calls Chris and Chris angrily replies that yes, I changed the password because you promised me that you would come with a writer at 8 o'clock in the morning. You know how much tension I'm in. You are not doing a single work on time, and did you bring my stuff back from Ashley's house or not? If you haven't brought it yet, consider your job gone. Hearing this, Zara gets very angry. She jumps over the gate and goes straight inside the house. Going inside, she angrily tells Chris, I'm here so I can tell you to your face that I'm quitting this crap job. Hearing this, Chris gets tense and starts trying to convince her that if you quit your job so suddenly, all my work will stop. But Zara was now completely angry. She says, why should I work for a person who wants me to do strange things at gunpoint, and there is a lot of debate between the two about this. And finally, Zara angrily quits her job and returns home from there. Now, on reaching home, her mom asks, what's the matter, why do you look so worried? But Zara doesn't say anything about her job and just says, I'm just a little tired and nothing else. In the meantime, her friend Jenny comes. Zara takes her to her room. They talk for quite a while and Jenny motivates her a little bit. Then, after Jenny leaves, Zara comes to her mom and tells the truth that I have quit my job. I was fed up with Chris's absurd deeds. Now you tell me what I should do? On this, Zara's mom explains to her, how can I tell you what you have to do? You are now sensible and have also become capable of doing anything, do what seems right to you. Hearing this, Zara leaves from there in a little confusion and trouble. On the other hand, Chris is very worried about his work, and in this restlessness, he reaches Zara's house. In the house, Zara's mom is cleaning the house. So Chris rings the doorbell but gets no response. Then he sees that the door is open. If that happens, he goes inside and starts calling Zara. Hearing this, Brooke comes out and sees that this is Zara's boss. She says Zara has gone out and it might take her time to return. Then she asks Chris to sit down and goes inside and changes her clothes. After this, both of them sit and start talking a little while drinking tequila. Chris says Zara has quit her job. She was also a little angry. So I came here that I could talk to her and convince her to join again. So, in the conversation, Brooke tells her name. Then they both ask about each other and the conversation starts to deeper slowly. Then Chris starts to tell Brooke about the problem of his film's script, that he is looking for a writer. So Brooke takes her and gives a book. Then Chris's eyes are fixed on there, he reads about the national award, so he asks in surprise, who got this award? So Brooke says, I got this award and I am actually a writer. Then she further says about herself that it has been 11 years since Zara's dad passed away. After this, even after going through very difficult situations in life, I handled myself and raised my daughter excellently while living alone. And in this way, a strange connection starts forming between the two of them. And in conversation, Chris starts praising her in a slightly mischievous manner. So Brooke starts liking his words. Then Chris, while talking naughty, does a kiss, which makes Brooke go out of control and both start kissing, getting very close slowly. Then a strong storm and earthquake come in the room and both start enjoying this moment a lot. Meanwhile, Zara returns home and goes upstairs, calling out to her mom. As soon as she goes there and opens the door of the bedroom, she gets scared seeing their deeds and her head hits the wall, due to which she faints and falls. Then Chris and Brooke immediately take her to the hospital, and there, Zara starts getting angry at both. Then inside the clinic she says to her mom, he is 20 years younger than you and how can you do this kind of thing with him? So, Brooke tries to explain to her that sometimes in life there are moments that are not in our control. And this was just a golden moment that we shared. So what is there to be so serious about? Then Chris comes in, so the doctor there turns out to be a big fan of Chris and he starts talking to Chris instead of checking Zara, seeing which Zara gets even more angry. Then, while returning home, Chris says to Zara, if I make you the associate producer of this movie, will you work for me? So Zara rudely says, but what you did with my mom should never happen again. So Chris says okay. This was both of our fault, but it won't happen again. Then, the next day, Chris starts shooting his film, and Zara manages her work on set as an associate producer. After this, we see Brooke, whom Chris messages to invite to a place for dinner. Seeing this, Brooke first refuses, but then she gets ready and, wearing a beautiful dress, reaches the location indicated by Chris. On the other hand, Stella and Zara are together correcting the script of Chris's film, and here Chris and Brooke start talking while having dinner. Chris says, what happened between us probably shouldn't happen again. Brooke says, yes, that shouldn't happen, and anyway, Zara doesn't know about this meeting of ours, but I will tell her later that we talked and everything. Did something right? After that, Chris asks, after dinner will you come with me to walk around the New York studio? So she also smiles and answers yes. Then, after a romantic walk, the two sit in one place, drinking, and start talking. And from their conversations, it seemed that the two had started to like each other. Here, Chris again tries to get close to Brooke. Then Brooke says, look, never break my heart and never exaggerate and lie to me. After that, slowly, the two again start to get close to each other. And both go completely into a romantic mood. Then, when Brooke returns home, Zara sees her and asks, where were you? So she says that look, it's about Chris, so don't get me wrong, the two of us met for dinner, to talk about that day. And I think he is a very good person. So Zara asks, did she just go for dinner or was there anything else? That is, she doesn't believe her mom at all. After this, we see that Zara calls her friend and tells her what my mom is doing with my boss, and Brooke also calls her mother-in-law and tells her everything and says that I don't feel good at all that I lied to my daughter. So mother says, don't worry. This is your life, it is your right to live it openly. Then in the next scene we are shown Brooke and Chris were both together spend beautiful moments at one place for a long time and enjoy each and every moment with great beauty. After that, Chris's shooting scene is shown where he is acting. But the director isn't happy at all seeing Chris's overacting. So Zara and the director explain to Chris that he will have to act better. A little overacting is showing in the scene. Now, after the shooting, when Zara returns home with her friend Jenny, her mom says bye to her and leaves in a hurry. After this, Zara and Jenny start talking while drinking wine, where Zara tells that Chris has found a new writer and he did not even tell her, which made her feel very bad. Then when she goes to her mom's room, she sees a note and realizes that the new writer is none other than her mom. She feels very bad knowing this and takes her friend to a party of Chris because she knew that her mom was coming to this party in a hurry. Reaching there, she starts getting very angry at her mom. But mom says, I was just about to tell you that I'm doing the scripting work. Chris is a very nice person and I've found a good person again after your dad. Hearing this, Zara gets very angry that how can you compare my dad with a disgusting person like Chris? He is a cheater and like the other girls he will do the same with you. If you enjoy spending time with him, I will leave the house. Hearing this, Zara's mom angrily says that it would have been good if you were not my daughter. Zara gets very hurt and emotionally she decides to leave the house and angrily she goes to her friend Jenny's house. There she starts talking to her friend that I feel like they both have cheated on me together. I went to Stella again and again for the script. She kept going and my mom worked on her script behind her back and didn't even tell me. Zara's mom comes to her mother-in-law's house to prepare for Christmas and tells her everything that Zara got angry and went to her friend's house. So the mother says, don't worry. I will definitely bring my granddaughter here to celebrate Christmas. After this, Zara also reaches there and tells her grandmother that they compared Chris with my dad. So her grandmother tries to explain to her that when you were 13, your dad passed away. After that, I kept explaining to your mom that she should live her life openly, but she spent half her life like this and your mom is only a mom for you, but don't forget that she is also a woman. Then Zara sees that Chris has arrived, due to which she starts getting angry. But grandmother says that I have called Chris and you need to be a little mature. Your mom spent half her life like this, and all this was not so easy for her. Yes, I know it's very difficult for you. But if you are not happy with this, then at least pretend to be happy on this Christmas and see, everything will be fine. Then at night we see everyone having dinner together and everyone is joking a lot. Now, after dinner, both the mother-in-law and daughter-in-law start talking about Chris where Zara's mom tells that you don't know this. But me and Zara's dad's relationship was not going well, he wanted a divorce from me and in the meantime he suddenly fell ill and passed away. And now, if it's about Chris, I don't want to keep any hope. But this relation. It's over, so I'll break down completely once again, and Zara is listening to all their conversations from a little distance. Then everyone celebrates Christmas together, where Chris gives everyone a gift and everyone is very happy. After that, at the time of going home, when Zara goes to put the bag in the car, she finds an earring in Chris's bag. Seeing this, she gets very shocked because when Chris breaks up with someone, he gifts them an earring. But right now she doesn't say anything to anyone. Then after returning home, she goes and tells Chris that you have played a very good game. After a lot of thinking, I had started to consider you a good person, but you shocked me again. And then, she takes out that earring from Chris's bag and tells her mom that whenever Chris breaks up with someone, he gifts them diamond earrings. But this time he has already bought earrings to break up with you too. And then asks her mom, did Chris ever take you to tour the New York studio? Because before the breakup, he does the same with everyone. Hearing this, Zara's mom is completely convinced. Because no one knew anything about the New York studio. After that, she asks Chris to leave and doesn't give him a chance to say anything, so Chris also goes from here. But above all, Zara's mom breaks down because after so many years she had started to really love someone. After this, Zara goes to her friend Jenny's house and starts telling her what Chris did to her mom. But Jenny says, can you be quiet for a minute? You have been talking about only your own sorrows for many days every time. I have broken up and I have tried to tell you many times for 10 days. But Zara says, 3 or 4 days ago, I saw everything right between you two. But Jenny says nothing was right. You just kept talking about your feelings. Never asked about me, what was going on inside me. And I am fed up with you. Zara is very saddened by this, and she starts crying. And here comes a moment where we also see Zara's mom, who was sad thinking about Chris. And Chris was also sad because Zara and her mom were misunderstanding him, and he had no intention of deceiving her at all. Then, in the happiness of the new year, Zara goes to her friend's house with a gift, and everything is fine between the two of them again. Now, after the new year is over, Zara goes to Chris's house where Chris was sitting very sadly and had not been going to shooting for 2 or 3 days. He tells Zara, I play the role of a hero, but I should play the role of a villain because I am a villain. You won't believe it, but I once thought of breaking up with your mom and those earrings too. They used to say that because it's my habit. I have never fallen in love with anyone and I feel like I am not worthy of love. But seeing your mom happy, I had decided never to give those earrings and forgot that they were in my bag. And you also know about the New York studio. I go there to avoid fans and photographers. But in the end you proved me wrong and now you are also leaving your job. So I don't understand what to do. After hearing all these things, Zara understands that she was wrong. Then she says, don't worry, I will fix everything before I leave. After that, Zara comes home and starts talking to her mom that you are the sweetest mom in the world and I am lucky that I am your daughter. Sometimes it takes a little thing for a person to understand. It takes a lot of time. I was also misunderstanding you at one time, but now I understand that we should let those we love live their lives the way they want because they have every right to experience their happiness in their own way. And this makes us happy too. You spent many years alone just to give me a good life. Saying this, she hugs her mom and cries a lot. After this, she takes Chris to the shopping mall. Chris never used to go to the shopping mall because the fans would surround him, but today he goes inside the mall and is completely surprised because everyone was behaving normally. No one was insisting on taking selfies and everything was completely normal here, as if no one even recognized him. This makes him feel very relieved and starts shopping with Zara. On the other hand, Zara's grandmother brings Brooke to the shopping mall and asks Brooke to go inside the mall and get a dragon fruit for her. So Brooke goes inside the mall, and while getting the fruit, she sees Chris and Zara. So they both say hi to each other, but Zara's mom understands that Zara did this to introduce her to Chris. So Zara says, yes, I did all this, but I thought you both should talk one last time. That's why I brought you here with the help of my grandmother. Saying this, she leaves them both and goes away. Then Chris and Brooke start talking to each other. So Chris says that I was never like this, as I have become after meeting you. I never loved anyone, but I felt love after meeting you. Can we both once again be one? If you can't try to live together, then Brooke also agrees and then they both start kissing each other. And here we see that Zara, by planning, had actually turned the entire mall into a film set and she was operating everything and she is very happy to see both of them together. After this we are shown a scene after a year where Brooke's book is published and she had become very famous and Zara finally becomes a movie producer, and with this lovely story ends here.